Hi, I'm Alexa. This is a real life Alexa channel. Do you ever just feel meh, like just frustrated at stuff? Like you had a good day, stuff went right, nothing bad happened, and you're just sitting there thinking, man, eh, everything, whatever. It's like, why, right? Why do we get in these moods, these funks, these low points for seemingly no reason? I definitely have felt that uh, recently, and it's difficult. You know, it's one of those things where I know I have a lot of things I'm very grateful for in my life. I have a lot of good things going on. I I don't want anything to take away from that gratitude, but some days it's just like, ugh, gross. And this evening has definitely been one of them. I've been sitting here, and every idea I've had to come on here and talk about, I'm just like, meh, don't wanna talk about that, don't wanna talk about it. So I decided instead I would just be real, be honest, be, you know, out there saying it like it is. This is what my life is today. Is this is what I'm dealing with, what I'm feeling, and uh, I think that watching certain other YouTubers or and knowing what is going on in the lives of some of the people I know in real life, friends, coworkers, family, whatever, it can sometimes remind me of things I don't have. And I think that's true for all of us. And some of it, sometimes, and we're all sort of wired to do this as humans, is the whole keeping up with the Joneses. Sometimes it's things like, oh, I don't have, a brand new car, or I don't, a really fancy, nice, my car has scratches on it. It's completely secondhand. It's, it is what it is. It gets me everywhere I need to go. I am comfortable sitting in it. The heat works in the winter and the AC works in the summer. Like, I don't need a new car. Rationally, most of the time, like thinking I don't need it, but sometimes you do. You'll drive and say, "Oh, that's a really nice car someone's gotten. Maybe I should get a new car." Or maybe it's something to do with relationships. You see someone having a relationship that is positive and uplifting, and you're like, "Well, why don't I have one of those?" And you can have those and still of a different nature, maybe not the exact same type of relationships, but you can have really good uplifting relationships and still just whatever it is, you get focused on one and you're like, oh, why don't I have that? um, and I think it's almost, they say, oh, this is the enemy of joy, comparison is the enemy of joy, or something. There's some phrase like that. I don't think that's necessarily true. It's not wrong to want better for our lives and for the lives of the people we love and care about. It's not wrong to aspire to more. And we have to become uncomfortable enough where we are in order to make the changes needed to move us to where we might want to be. So we all know, we all do it. Uh, we'll complain about something in our lives, and it doesn't matter. You'll meet someone, one of your friends, and you know what they're going to be like. Same old, this thing is happening again. And it's because they're comfortable in that. Even in a bad situation where a relationship maybe isn't the best relationship to stay in, it's almost like you know what the bad things are, And rather than risk having even worse bad things, you're going to be okay with like the kind of good things you got instead of potentially getting even better good things. And that comfort level it's sort of the enemy of progress, I guess, is probably a better phrase. And I've been really kind of thinking about what I want to do, what I want to learn, where I want to, let's say, where I want to travel, vacation, all of those things. And I did make some moves this week. So I have a camera that was given to me from someone who got a Better for Them camera. I did finally buy, this is a little, you put the little memory card in there, and I technically have one on my computer and it's never worked. So I bought this. I was able to transfer some files. And then I was looking at them and I'm like, wow, these are really, really bad. So something I learned this week was it's not as easy. And I know this because I've been filming these videos for several months now, but I was trying to do a new format and I was watching my face, and because I was focusing on I was like maybe focusing on the sleeves of a top or whatever I was doing, I was focusing on something down, not my face. I wasn't focusing on my face. I'm like, oh my goodness, the expressions I was making, like, you need to be so aware of everything when you film in that format. And so it was like, okay, learning new lessons. Well, now what do I do with the footage I have that's, let's be real, it's really, really bad. I think I'm still going to share it because I did something a few weeks ago and I learned a big lesson from that. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try and film again and I'm going to learn those first lessons and I'm going to put those into action. So I did. And now I've learned a second lesson, big lesson from it. So being frustrated, knowing that I'm not accomplishing things as quickly as I probably could if I, spent more time dedicated to this, it's frustrating. And maybe that's one of the reasons I am frustrated. It's just a small setback. At the end of the day, though, time is passing. I am doing something and I am learning from it. And I am enjoying myself as I'm learning and growing. And I don't have a burning need to do it all right now. There's certainly things that are time sensitive in life that we may want. And those things, potentially, you have to do them at a certain point or prior to a certain point in your life. But this is not something that I have to do before I turn a certain age, or I have to make sure it's done within 6 months, or there's no time limit to it. There's no deadline. And that's good. That is good for me because it's more about the journey, the learning, the enjoying. But then there are days like today where I just am frustrated with everything, even though I really don't have anything to be frustrated at. It just is frustrating that I keep trying new things. I change the topics. I've gone back and I've looked at the ones that have the most views, and I have certainly noticed a trend that whenever I have a very dramatic, negative connotation kind of cover title and cover image, I get more clicks on that. we like to say, I don't like drama. We do like drama. As people, we like to watch drama. We might not like to be in the drama and being affected by it, hurt by it, or, frustrated by it. But we like to partake in a little bit of excitement by watching it unfold. And that's why there's so many movies and TV shows that are dramas. It's all drama, and I'm an action movie fan. It's very exciting to watch them blow stuff up and do big stunts, and very dramatic in its own way. And I don't quite know where I'm going with that, but maybe the point today is that I don't need to know why I'm frustrated. I need to honor my feelings. I need to sort of accept them, maybe sit with them to figure out what the root cause of it is. And if there's something that I can do to change and to grow and to get myself out of that frustrated feeling. And maybe it's just one of those days where, your subconscious is, my subconscious is figuring something out. And maybe this time of year, there's something that has, in my subconscious, I know that something has, I don't remember it consciously, but maybe I remember something bad happened, or you never know what your subconscious is doing. So I do know that Everton, the Premier League kicks off this season on Friday. There's one match on Friday. Everton plays on Saturday. I feel like we just ended the last season, and I don't understand how, 2.5 months, 2.5 months have passed, but they have. So here we are, and I have more excitement for this season than I've had in the past several. I don't know if that's setting myself up for being disappointed. That's always a hazard, potential hazard of hope, is that you could get disappointed. I do think that it's going to be a decent season. I'm hoping that we'll be at least mid-table rather than bottom at the end of the season. But I think we'll just have to wait and see. And worrying about it today is not going to do anything to help anyone, anywhere. So how do you get yourself out of a funk? How do you honor those feelings? How do you give yourself time to permission, even just to be a little bit touchy and also minimize those feelings flowing over onto someone else that you don't want them to hurt, be upset by you and infect them with your meh mood. I'd love to hear how everyone copes with that. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you. As always, I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and I will see you on the next one. Be kind to yourself.